G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. We are here on the brand new expansion with a brand new patch. Taking a look at a brand new civ. Up against Old Faithful, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cliffside, a brand new map. Let's get into it and introduce our players for today. In the south side of the map, in the color purple, playing as the Byzantines, it's Crackety here. And after a long hiatus, in the color orange, playing as his trusty Holy Roman Empire, it's Core. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is an absolute pleasure to be able to bring you this casted game. We're going to be looking to see whether the Holy Roman Empire can take on the Byzantines and whether it can pull out a victory. If you're enjoying this content, make sure you do leave a like on the video. It really helps out. And what we're going to be looking for today is going to be Castle Age timings. Core, a notorious fast Imperial spammer. Now, granted, he plays the Holy Roman Empire, and that's a civilization that, I'm going to be honest with you, I'll allow it. I will allow it. There are a couple of civilizations that I personally just don't allow it. You guys will know the English, a notorious fast Imperial civilization. Don't allow that. Big red X on that one. It's only really the Holy Roman Empire where I feel like, yeah, it's okay. Like, he should be able to get away with it. Whereas, like, you watch the English do a fast Imperial, and you're like, somebody send a unit to his base, and he will fall over. Like, you sneeze in his general direction, he will die. And yet, with the Holy Roman Empire, it's a bit different, because there's so many things that they can fall back on, right? Like, you're playing the Holy Roman Empire, it's like, oh, look, I've got an outpost in my base with a single bombard or cannon emplacement. Now your entire army is useless. And that's quite a common thing that we see. So, whether we see that today or not, whether Core looks to play it out in the Castle Age, we'll have to wait and see. But on the other side of the map, Crackety going to be adding in his second system nice and early here. We can see he's got that 2 villager trickle coming through over on the stone outcropping. Single villager down on gold. Actually, he's adding in a second by now, adding it in slowly. I'm curious to see what kind of build he goes, because this is a bit of a different build. You guys obviously would have seen, if you're a Byzantine fan, you probably would have seen the build order I put out recently. And the goal is to get like your system network up very, very early, level 2, and then that's pretty much it. You just kind of forget about stone until you want to go all in on it. You know what I mean? You know, like the 5-6 villager transfer, that sort of thing. Anyway. Crackety going to be doing something a little bit different. Age Up coming in on the other side of the map. It's going to be the Archon Chapel. No real surprises here. Definitely a very good landmark for the Holy Roman Empire. Not so much for the Order of the Dragon, their variant civilization. It feels a little bit undercooked. Now, actually, I just realized, speaking of cooked, we've got 2 scouts coming out for Core. This is quite curious. We don't really see double scouts on any of the maps by any of the civilizations at the moment, other than the Rus. Other than that, it's pretty rare that you see it. I mean, it was kind of the French that started it way back, just because, well, I don't know. I don't even know why it was the French that started it, but anyway, it's been a while, and then everyone was doing double scouts. Even the English were doing double scouts, and now it's gotten to the point where it's like, do you even really need it? I mean, obviously for the Holy Roman Empire, it's really good, right? If you've got double scout, it basically means you can think of it like I get 2/3 of the sheep instead of 1/2 of the sheep. It doesn't always work out that way, but generally you should be able to uncover a lot more of the map. Have a look at this, the mini-map down here. Compare that over to Crackety. You can see that there's still a pretty big part that's uncovered for Crackety, whereas pretty much all of it has been uncovered by Core. So he should hopefully have found a little bit more sheep because of that investment. What's interesting, though, is that we are kind of noticing players even trending away from the sheep. Like 2 civilizations, the Juicy Legacy and the Japanese, often will not use all their sheep. Like, I notice this when I'm playing the Juicy Legacy. I transition a farm so quickly playing Juicy that it's like my sheep are just sitting there. I'm like, I rally these sheep and then I make farms before I can even finish my sheep. And it's the same with the Japanese. You often find yourself out on the berries and then eventually back on the farms. But Age Up comes through for Core. 6 villagers on gold, quite a bit, and obviously not going to be looking for that second TC. And to me, that indicates he wants to go Imperial. There's a big... The main theory in Holy Roman Empire gaming is second TC means I'm happy to play it out in Castle. I was going to say third TC. 1 TC means I'm going to go to Imperial Age. So that's going to be my suspicion for Core this game. Double Scout out, continuing to make villagers. We'll be looking to get a couple more Prelates out as well. Let's check in on the other side of the map as Crackety is aged up as well. Hippodrome has come out. The first of the horsemen is on their way. Second one in queue as well. He's also got Expilatores in queue. Let's see if he switches it over. Let's see how good Crackety is. Oh, he's so good. Crackety, yes. Come here, Crackety. I tell you what, I love Crackety, man. I don't know. I enjoy watching Crackety stream quite a bit, so I'll leave a link in the description of his stream as well as to Core's stream. It feels so cozy. Like, I honestly, I could just watch Crackety all day. I really could. I could just sit there, like, give me a warm drink, and I'm just happy to watch Crackety. He's always talking through his plays. Oh, have a look at this. Have a look at this. Hey, how you doing, mate? Don't mind me. Yeah, go for it. The town center's going to take you out. Core playing it intelligently. The problem's going to be, though, he's running a little bit short on that gold amount. Might have to think about heading towards a second. Oh, that's Oneville. Oh, that's going to be Oneville. Let's see if he's able to do damage here on that second one. He's trying to pick it off. Not going to find it. One villager traded out for 2 horsemen. I think both players will be happy with that. In fact, I'd almost be tempted to say Crackety's probably not going to be happy with that. Barracks actually coming up for Core on the backside here. He's still got quite a bit to go when it comes to his food. But have a look at the sheep, though. As we mentioned before, he's got plenty of sheep here. Still 10 sheep that are selectable, which means he's probably got a couple carcasses in there as well. 3 carcasses and obviously starting sheep, probably about 3 of them there. So really nice moves by him. Curious decision here. He's got the spearman out and he's going for an outpost. I guess he kind of expects to see archers eventually up the rear, so naturally just going to go into the outpost, which kind of makes sense. Normally it's one or the other though, right? Like, you don't normally go both of them. Let's check in with Crackety then. Let's see what he's up to. He's obviously on one of the new civilizations. He's opened up with early aggression, which I think is definitely the strength of the Byzantines. If you're going to go into the Hippodrome, get out there, get on the map early, and have a look at that. We got villagers. Let me try. I'm trying to spot the health. You can see, oh, they're actually getting healed up. Of course, they're getting healed up. The prelate helping out. Oh, he's picked one off. Plus 20. Don't mind me, says Crackety. That's 2 worker kills for him early on in this game. 6 minutes into the game, and he's already picked up 2 worker kills. Remember, that hurts the Holy Roman Empire because those workers, they get big bonuses. So the more workers you lose, the worse it actually is for the Holy Roman Empire. The other thing to note is you've already got a scout that you've made, so you're already behind 1 villager, and now it's just going to be behind even more. So Outpost maybe a little bit too far away here. I'd almost be see, this is the thing, right? Like, I'm tempted to throw it down there, but then the archers can attack it, or you can, or an outpost can potentially get put down, and then that's going to ruin your day if an outpost comes up. So it's a smart move throwing it in the front of the base. Maybe the mining camp's better put it in that area as well. I don't know. It's such a weird thing trying to oh, hello. It's so difficult trying to judge exactly where you should go and trying to predict your opponent. But have a look at this. We've got an outpost coming up on the gold, and you guys will know exactly what that means. That means I want to go to Castle Age. That means my gold is really important. I need to make sure I don't lose it, and I need to make sure that the 5 to 6 villages that are always going to be on gold have got somewhere safe to run. On the other side of the map, though, Regnitz Cathedral coming up for Core. Going to be looking to go into that Castle Age. Let's check in with the prelate count. You can see he's got 1 prelate in queue. His second prelate now coming out. We'll be looking to move over towards the other side of the map, most likely. He's got to be careful, though. He does see the spears are on target with it. Now, keep in mind, he does have 2 scouts out. One's in the enemy base. The other one is over towards this angle, but he isn't tracking the... Oh, excuse me. He isn't tracking the horsemen of his opponent, so at any point, he could potentially get sniped out. So he does have to play this carefully, but we know that that additional prelate is now inside the Archon Chapel. We'll probably be looking to play it a little bit closer to home, and Crackety is camping up those relics for now. We can see that he's got 1 in position. Scout moving out over towards the east side. Crackety doesn't actually know about the relic in the back of the base. You can see it's down here, but Age Up now comes through. Crackety almost through as well. And that prelate is going to pick up the relic. He's going to head on his way back, and hopefully the spearmen are going to stay with him. That can be a bit of an issue. Oh, gosh, I hate this so much. Oh, he's put them in the same group. It's so silly. I mean, somebody clip that. Or just, like, timestamp it for me and just remind me, because I need to send that to the devs. That's just so stupid. Both of the units slow their speed to get into formation. It clearly does not work the way that it should. That's sad, man. But I guess, you know what? That's what you get for being a low APM gamer. You got to pick those APMs up, Core. How many sheep are we doing back here? He's got 2 sheep for the moment. So how many carcasses have we got here for Core? He's got 3 carcasses, 2 sheep. Not a lot of food. Is it enough to get him to Imperial? Probably not, but he's got a fair bit of sheep out here. First, I'm looking for the knights. Where are the knights at? Does Core have... Core doesn't even have a knight out yet. He's got the stable at the back. No knight just yet. Golden Horn Tower coming up for Crackety, and I like this opening from Crackety. This is so nice. Let's talk about it. What he's done. Age up pretty quick. Go into the Hippodrome. Just get a couple of horsemen out. Nothing too crazy. Just a couple of horsemen. Behind this, level 5 system. Immediately after that, straight into Castle Age. I love it. I think this is absolutely beautiful. So really nicely done here by Crackety. Keep in mind, this is the equivalent of 12 villages that are now pumping out Keshiks. 3 Keshiks going to be coming out pretty much every minute with this bad boy. So quite nice. Horsemen will go down. That's going to be the third relic picked up here by Core. Crackety not going to be really looking to contest these relics. Of course, this is going to be the fourth one. Fifth relic in the back of the base, unlikely to get this, but coming away from this, Core's going to be really happy with this. You know, often when I'm coaching the Holy Roman Empire, which, by the way, if you'd like to check out, make sure you check it out on the Patreon. If you're a Holy Roman Empire main, we've got plenty of Giga Chad games over there for you. A lot of them will be for free. They'll be from earlier seasons, like Season 5, Season 4. Still relevant stuff, though, so make sure you go check it out. That's free content. One of the things that I often talk about when I'm coaching the Holy Roman Empire is you want to work towards 3 relics. If you can get 3 relics, great. If you can get 4 relics, extraordinary. If you can get 5 relics, your enemy is doing something wrong. That should never be really happening. In pretty much no circumstance should that ever be happening. So already at this stage, Core's doing pretty well, right? He's doing extraordinarily well. And you can see behind this, he is thinking about going towards that Imperial Age, but the question's going to be about whether he gets there or not. Knights are out. Will do well against the Varangian Guard as they come down the hills there. You can see the Knights just chasing around the Varangian Guards, the Spears chasing around the Cavalry. It's quite funny to watch them go. But just remember, the Knight will be able to head back towards base and will be able to heal up with the Prelates, because those Prelates, no. 16 idle vills for Core. We'll have to throw down the mill in the back of the base. You can see he's got about 1,000 resources to go to Imperial. Still has the farms that are working, but farming transition not significant just yet. Fourth relic now coming online. You can hear that Springald emplacement looking to defend this position up against the Cataphract. He's got to be careful. He will start to lose villagers. That's the first one. Second one on that gold vein just in this last couple of seconds. Spearman doing a decent job. Core getting chased around. Down 6 villagers at the moment, but does have that eco advantage coming through from his relics. Behind this, though, we can see that. Keep in mind, there's 1,500 food here. You need 1,500 food to get up to that castle, or rather, you need 1,000 food more to get up to that castle age. A little bit of, no, it's not a raid. It is just a scout being annoying behind the scenes. But he manages to clean up most of this. I think the mistake from Core is he was a little bit greedy and he thought he could get away with only 1 or 2 knights. In fact, I think it was only 1 knight that we saw from him. Keshik's come out, clean up the scout. So I think that he's a little bit greedy in that regard. Probably should have gone into, you know, a couple more knights. You do have plenty of gold. Now, we do see he's thrown down the market as well, which means he's going to be able to do a bit of trading here, so can look to purchase food. Not the most effective purchase. I'd almost be tempted to say, like, purchase wood, build farms around your Ark and Chapel, but you can see that Core's been out of the game for a while. We can already see a couple of mistakes he's made. He's put the house down right next to the Archon, so this could be a farm. It's not. Mining camp, I mean, you can't really get away from that one while the gold vein is up, but I mean, at this point in the game, do you really need it? I mean, realistically, he probably needs every bit of resource he can get safely. It's very much about fighting as long and as hard as you can for those resources and just keeping the ones in your base nice and safe. But the part that I'm a little bit fearful of is where is this outpost going to come down? Because he needs to put an outpost. If realistically, I'm thinking like back here. So you want this outpost down and you need to get fortification through ASAP. He should be looking to buy stone almost immediately. Looking to defend on the front. Varangian guards are doing a pretty decent job here against the Spears. Spears trying their best to clean out these Keshiks. He is losing villagers left, right, and center, though. 8 workers already taken out. Springald getting some work in over on this east side. And manages to do a pretty decent job. Another outpost gets thrown out. Springald in placement in that one. So I'm tempted to say you could buy stone, but realistically, just go chuck 10 villagers back here. You want to get that fortification through, so 75 stone. And then you just want to get enough for your cannon emplacement. That's pretty much it, and that's how you're going to survive this attack. So hopefully Core remembers that. Swabia now going to be coming down on the berries. Nice little timing for him here, 14 minutes. Obviously, he's been dealing with enemy pressure, so it's not going to be as quick and not going to be as clean as what it normally can be. The other thing I'd love to see from Core is a bit of a wall thrown up. Now, it's a bit hard. I mean, this is a big wall that would come up towards the front. You know, another wall over towards the side. Your enemy can still run through or siege it down, but the more walls, the merrier. He's done a decent job towards this east side. And now with the age up coming through, this is where the timing needs to be. So we need to see that outpost coming up immediately. And it should be right about here, and then that's going to guarantee that you can hold against any amount of units. The trouble is that villager count is starting to fall. Fortunately for you, you've got the Swabia online, and that's exactly what he looks to take advantage of. And very quickly, you will see the Core begins to overwhelm his opponent. There's the outpost coming up. I don't like this. I feel like this is definitely a little bit too far forward. As I said, he should ideally have it up all ready to go, and that emplacement should be coming through right now. That's really key. Battering ram also, or rather Kairosophon on the front, going to be coming in. Remember, if you put this on the front, it means it's going to expose it to that potential siege. Whereas if it's on the back, your enemy's going to have to make their way all the way through this farmland. They're going to expose themselves to villagers, expose themselves to production. Lots of potential hazards if they come into the base. Whereas here, you know, you can pretty much take it out from quite a distance. We can see he has bought the stone. Now looking for that emplacement. It's going to be the cannon emplacement, but it's on the front. It's going to take 60 seconds for him. We'll throw the relic down. Now, we know, we've got gold vision, so we know that the Hierosophon is going to be coming through shortly. And I suspect Krakeny probably knows that cannon emplacements are going to be coming in for his opponent. Now, he doesn't have much line of sight into the base of his opponent, but he knows what the Holy Roman Empire is up to. He knows how the civilization plays. He's not stupid. This guy's a good player. He's a top 20 player right now. He is very, very good. By the same token, Core used to be top 20 back in his day. I think it's still gonna, I think he's Conqueror 3 at the moment, but it's gonna take some time before he works his way up to the top of the leaderboard. Throws in a little wall at the front. You may have forgotten that there is one aspect of the Hierosophon that absolutely counters your outpost, my friend, and that is that he can shoot over the wall. Oh, Core, you hate to see it when the brain gets too big for its own good. Cannon emplacement about to come through. Villagers repairing. He's got emergency repairs. Keep that in mind. He can look to get emergency repairs up. Needs to get that fortification in, though. 75 wood it's going to cost him. Needs to hit that button, hit that emergency repairs. Oh my lord, the emergency repairs. He's looking to try and break it down. Hierosophon's going to come up. I think he might just have it. He's got to go through the emergency. Oh my god, your emergency repairs mean nothing. He can't get the Wallalo out in time. And now Core getting absolutely obliterated in the base. Krakeny looking to run through, doing a pretty decent job here. The numbers are looking solid. There's no cannon emplacement. Remember that what we were saying back here, the cannon emplacement would be best. That would expose your potential Hierosophons to any of that damage, but now they've managed to take it out, and the Hierosophons begin to work towards the outposts. He's got another one towards the front. Keep in mind the Swabia continues to train villagers at the moment. Let's bring that UI back in and get an idea of where he stands. Still on 39 villagers compared to his opponent's 56. We don't see a second town center coming down just yet for Krakeny, but he is putting the hurt on, now starting to siege down these farms. Keep in mind 75 wood for each of them. How does Core get back into this? I mean, a cannon emplacement's just not going to happen. There's no chance that he can put it, unless you maybe go for this position. Lunch Connect could do it. Okay, not bad, not bad. Lots of villagers here on food. He's continuing to move up towards that topside wolf up there. Watch out, sneaky boy. And where's the gold? He's got a back gold as well if he wants to go for it. Keep in mind, relics are now on the ground. He's got 2 relics on the ground, 1 in the regnants, 1 in the outpost, but it's not gonna matter. Ladies and gentlemen, go check him out. I'll leave links in the description, and a beautiful performance right there by Krakeny here, demonstrating why you cannot fast Imperial against the Hierosophon. It's way too strong for you to be dealing with. But look, at the end of the day, good game, well played. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.